Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's very easy puzzle, and it's called Dots What You Get by Megan33. And here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means place the digits 1 through 9 once each in every row, every column, and every box. Digits in a cage do not repeat and sum to the clue in the top left. So the cage we see is this one, and we know that these three digits add up to 8. And so for all the cages, remember, digits in a cage cannot repeat, so if it goes across a box border, it still cannot repeat digits. And they sum to the clue in the top left. Adjacent digits along a green German whisper line must have a difference of at least 5. So for example, if this was a 7, this would have to be 1 or 2, because it has to have a difference of at least 5 on the German whisper line. A black dot between cells indicates cell values with a 2 to 1 ratio. So if there was a black dot, then if this was a 2 and there's a black dot here, this would have to be a 1 or 4, because it has to maintain a 1 to 2 ratio. In all caps, all possible block dots are given. So this, we know then for certain that this has to, we do have a negative constraint. So if we do not see a black dot, it cannot have a 2 to 1 ratio in the, between the cells. So say this was a 4. This could not be 2 or 8, because, and this could not be 2 or 8. Those are not possible because there is no black dot. And because all possible black dots are given, there are no black dots here between those two, so therefore it cannot be a 2 to 1 ratio unless the black dot is specifically between two cells. Very important to know. White dots between cells indicate cells with consecutive values. So these are consecutive. So if this was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7. Not all white dots are given. So there could be other cells on the puzzle which are consecutive, which do not have a white dot in between them. But it's different than the black dots. So the negative constraint is there for the black dots, but it's not there for the white dots. That's important to remember. The grid is partially covered with fog. Correctly placed digits will clear the fog around that cell. No guessing is required, so you can deduce all this logically. Digits along a magenta Ren band form a set of consecutive non-repeating digits in any order. So assume this was actually the magenta Ren band. Say there was a 1 on it. Then you would know that the rest of the, and say this was only 4 length. Then you would know that the rest of the cells on it have to be 2, 3, and 4, because it cannot repeat, first of all. And then second of all, it has to be consecutive from one number all the way to the last number. So 1 can only be consecutive with 2, which can only be consecutive with 1 or 3. You already have the 1, so it has to be 3, and then 3 has to be consecutive with 2 or 4, and you already have 2, so it has to be 4. So that's why that's how Rem bands work. Adjacent cells connected with an X must sum to 10. So say this was an X here instead of a dot. These two digits would have to add up to 10. And that's what it means. Cells with a filled square must be even. And that's just what it says. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now I'm going to get started. Let's go. Okay. So we know in the cage this adds up to 8, so this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Prominently, there is no black dot in any of them. Also, this can't be 5. So this has to be low, which means this is high and this is high, which means this is low. So this cannot be a 6. It could be 7, 8, or 9. This cannot be 1 because the 1 has to be in the 8 cage in box 3. So this has to be 2, 3, or 4. So if this is 1, 3, 4, this cannot be 1 because it would be next to a 2. And then there's no dot. There's no black dot in between them. So we can't see it. The only dot we get is the white one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if this is 1, 3, 4, this has to be 2, which makes this 3 or 4. If it's 1, 2, 5, 5 is on one of the sides, and then it has to be 1, 2 with it, because this can never be 5. But that can't work. So this cannot be 1, 2, 5, right? Because there is no black dot in between. 5 has to be on one of the sides, therefore 1 and 2 have to be next to each other. But since there's no black dot, there's no 1, 2, 5. So this cannot be 2 or 5. This is 1, 3, 4. Therefore, this has to be 2, which means this cannot be 1, because otherwise there would be a black dot. This cannot be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 5 or 6, which makes this a 5 and this a 4, because it has to be consecutive. 4, because it has to be consecutive. That's a 3. This is a 1. So this could be 7, 8, or 9. This could be 6, 7, 8, or... Oh, wait, no. It connects to it. So this has to be a difference of 5 in between the two that add up to 10. Therefore, it's 1 or 2. Therefore, this is 8 or 9. This is 7, 8, or 9. We have 1 or 2. This is 6, 7, 8, or 9. So this is also 6, 7, 8, or 9 here. This is a renban. We know there's a 5 on it because there's at least 5 digits. 1 or 2. Okay. There is not a 1 to 2 ratio. So this cannot be 8. This cannot be 2 because otherwise this would be 2, 4. There would be a black dot in between. Therefore, this is 1. This is 9. This can no longer be 9. So if they have 6, 7, 8, or 3, 4, 5. It can't be 5 because of that 5. So this can't be 5. This can't be 6. This is a 7 or 8. This has to be 2 or 3. Say this is 3. This would have to be 8. But that would be 3 also. So this can never be 3. This has to be 2. So that's 2. This is 7 or 8. This is 7, 8, or 9. This has to be 2 or 3. The square must be even. So this cannot be 2 or 4. This is 6 or 8. These are consecutive. So this is 4, 5, and 6, 7. So that's possible. This can only be 1 through 6. So it's 3, 4, 5, or 6. But if this is 3, this has to be 4, but then that eliminates both possibilities from that cell. So this cannot be 3. So it's 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this cannot be 3 and 4 because that eliminates both possibilities there. This is a 3, this is a 4. So this is 1 or 2, this is 5 or 6. Right, and it has to be 2 now. Because it could have been 3, but only if you have 1, 2, and 4. I guess it still could be 4, actually. Never mind. This could be 4. But this has to be 1 or 2, right? If it's 5 or 6, it has to be 1 or 2 with it. If it's 4, it has to have a 1, 2. So this has to be 4, 1, 2. It can't be 3, 4 again because of that. The 3 is one of these two. If this is 7, this is 4. And this would have to be 3. Okay. So this is 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, but that can't be 2 because of the 1 to 2 ratio. This is consecutive. This is 1 or 2. Oh, there's a 1 or 2 on it. But we don't know how large this is. I mean, this could be a continuation of this line. So this can't be 4. Okay, so we know this is 3 and 8. This can't be 8, so this has to be 6. This can't be 6. This can't be 6 or 8. Therefore, this 7, 9, 7, 9 in box 3. That's pair. So this has to be 6 and 8. Cannot be 7 or 9. This can't be 8 because of the 6, 8, 6, 8 pair. So we have 4, 5, and 7. This is 4, 5, 7. This is 4, 5, 7. This can't be 5, though. This is 8, so this cannot be 4 because that would be a 1 to 2 ratio. So this is 5 or 7, which means this is 4 or 6. This 4 could still go with 1, 2, 1, 2, or it's 6, 1. We don't know. We don't know anything about this. A 4. Okay, so 3 and 6 are not So that's fine. This is 7 or 9. This is high because this is low. So this is cannot be 6 because that can't be 1. So it could be 7 or 8. Okay. This is 2, 3, and 5. This is 2, 3, and 5. We have 1, 4, 7, 9 here. That can't be 1, obviously. We have 8, 6, and 4, 5, or it cannot be 5. 4 and 7, because the 5 is here. 5 and 7 is with 4 or 6. Okay. If this is 3, this becomes 8, 9. Okay. This can't be 3 here, because that would be 2 to 1 ratio, so that can't be 3. Let's see, 7, 9, 7, 9, that's fine. This is consecutive, this is consecutive. Still could be 1 or 2, we don't know which. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not very helpful. We don't know anything about this. It just can't be consecutive. This could be 1, 2, no 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9. If this is 1 or 2, this would be 1 or... Oh! It can't be 4, 1, or 2. The 1 or 2 has to be orthogonally connected. Cages cannot be diagonal. So if it's 4, 1, or 2, yeah, that can't be. So this has to be 6. If it's, again, so if it's 4, 1, or... Oh, we don't know. There could be a black dot. There could be a black dot. So no, we don't know that. We don't know that. We don't know that. We don't have any information here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. The 6 has to be here. So if this is 4, the 8 would have to be, well, it could be there. We don't have any information there. That's the problem. Okay, so all black dots are given. Digits in the cage, whatever adjacent digits. German whisper, that's fine. Must have a difference of at least 5. Black dots, white dots. Grid is partially covered. Digits along magenta form a set consecutive. Okay, can this be... Actually, I do see the purple hidden there. So this one does go here, which goes to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at least. And we do see that. So 6 cannot be on this magenta line. We know... Okay, so this can't be 6 either. So 1, 2... Okay, this can't be 2. This can't be 3, so that could be 3. These both could be 4. They both could be 5. It can't be 6. 7, 8, or 9 is there. This cannot be 2 or 6. So it's 1, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. So this is one of length 8 at least. It must have a 2 through 8. So 2 through 8 must be on it. That can't be 2. One of these 3 is 2, but that doesn't limit things. There cannot be a 2 to 1 ratio in any of the given ones. Oh, this is low. So this is either 1, 2, or 3. Because it goes here, right? So we know it goes to here, it goes to here, it goes to there at least. Okay, 1 has to be one of these 2. 2 is one of these 3. Interesting, okay. If 2 is here, this cannot be 1, 4, so this is 7, 9. If 2 is here, this cannot be 1, 4, so this is 7, 9. Right? 7, 9, 7, 9, this would have to be 8. So this would be 4 either way there, specifically. Because 1, 4 cannot be there. We know 4 is one of those two. So if this is 2, this is 4. Or if this is 2, 4 has to be here. If this is 2, 4 has to be here. If this is 2, this is 3, which makes this 8, 9. Which means 4 cannot be either of these, so 4 would have to be here. Okay. I don't know if that logic is, yeah, obvious, but so if this is 2, 4 has to be one, this has to be 7, 9, because the 2, oh shoot, no, we don't know that, because we don't have the black dots, the fog is not visible, so that, we can't do anything with that, no, that's wrong. 6, 3, there's no dot, now we need to figure out what we're going with. Okay. Okay. 6 and 8 is fine. This can't be 6. This could be 7, 8, and 9. That's fine. Huh, I'm kind of stuck actually here. What am I stuck on? Okay, 1, 8, we already did that 2 to 1 ratio. 6, we did those 2 to 1 ratios. 3, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2. Say this was 4, then this would have to be 4. Hmm. Okay. So this ends, so that doesn't help. We already have that. We already have that. It's really this cage. Because the problem is we don't know what this... we don't know if there's a black dot. There could be a black dot here, which would mean that the cage is not solvable, which means that 4212 actually is valid. Hmm. It could be 412 or 421 or 412. That's possible. So, wait. This is 7, 8, and 9. Whatever this could be, this could be 9. Never mind. I was thinking that if this is the only way this is 7, the only way this works is if this is 7, and then this has to be 7. It's still possible that that's the case, but that's not the only case. Right? It could be that this is 1 through 8, and there's no 9, so then this is valid as a 9. Uh, There has to be a 3. There has to be a 4. But the 3 could be here. The 4 could be here. If this is 4, that would mean that's a 4. And neither of these could be 8. So then the 8 would have to be one of those. Boy, that's not given. If this is 6, that's fine. So if this is 3, this is 8 and 9. This is 3, this is 8, 9, which makes the 4 there. Which means this can't be 2. So this would have to be 2. Oh, wait. Wait, no, 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 no. We don't know. We have no information here. That's the problem. If this is 3 and 8, 9, this could be 6 with a black dot in between, so that would be fine. This is 8, but it cannot be in between both 4s, so therefore that's 4 in that case. But this could be 2, 7, not at 9 here, right? If this is 2, this is 7, this is 9, so that has to be 1, that has to be 4. Well, we don't know, because it could be black. There could be a black dot, again. We have no information. I'm kind of stumped. Because this could be 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay. Doubles. We have to look for doubles now. This could be 2. It's fine. There's no black dots because there's no 4 or no 1, so we don't have to worry about that. 6, we already got the 3s. 2, so 3 has to be one of these two, but the problem is we have no information here. This 2 cannot be 4, so we got that information. 3 and 6 are not adjacent to each other. 8 cannot be 4. We already did that. 1 cannot be 2. We kind of already did that, I think. So if this is 4, this 4 cannot be next to 8. So we had a 7, 9, 7, 9 pair. 1 cannot be next to 2. 3 cannot be next to 6. So that's fine. 2 cannot be next to 4. 1, that's fine. 6 and 8 cannot be next to 3 and 4. So those are fine. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I'm gonna pause. Sorry, that was a phone call. Actually, I have to do something else also, so I'm going to pause for a little bit. This is taking longer than I thought it would, and I'll be right back. And okay, and I'm back. Let's just continue. We got some problems here. I don't. If this is 6, this has to be 1. If this is 4, this could be 1 or 2. Digits and cages do not repeat. We don't have any cages. German whisper line. Black dots. White dots. Not all white dots are given. 5 digits long magenta form a set of consecutive non-repeating. Add up to 10. Cells with a fill square must be even, so it's even. Okay. We know this doesn't. These do not have black dots. We don't know if anything between these. Again, this could be 4, 1, 2, 1, 2. 4, 1, 2. That seems fine, right? If this was 4, 1, and 2, though. That would make an assumption that we wouldn't necessarily be able to make, right? Technically, the line doesn't have to be one consecutive line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so I was thinking if this is 4, 1, 2 or something like that. But the thing is this could be 4, 2, 1, right? So that's oh. This cannot be 2. Bingo. Okay. This has to be 1 no matter what. Because this if this was 4 and this is 2, there would have to be a black dot in between them, but there can't be. So if this is 4, this has to be 1. If this is 6, it has to be 1, so this has to be 1, period. Okay. And now we know this is 6 and 1. That's a 1-2 ratio, so that can't be 1. That eliminates 1 from a lot of things. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. The 6s cannot be here. Okay, so these are consecutive. And this has to be 2 or 3. And that's with 3 or 4. So it cannot be 5, 7, 8, and 9. So 2 has to be one of these two. 2 could go down here, technically, so that's not valid. This is 7, 8, or 9. This is 7, 8, or 9, which is consecutive with 6 through 9. There's no black dots, so this cannot be 2. This cannot be 2. Therefore, the 2 has to be one of these two. Yeah, that can't be 2. So 2 is one of these two, which means 2 cannot be here. Okay. This can't be 3, so this has to be 4, because there's no black dot. So this is 4, which means it's consecutive. So this is 3, which makes this an 8, which makes this, we don't know. So this can't be 8. This can't be 4. This 8 and this 4 does not have a black dot, so this cannot be a 4. Therefore, this has to be the 4. This is 5, 7, 5, 7. This has to be 6. This has to be 4. So this cannot be 3 because there's no black dot. So this is a 2. This is a 5. This is a 3. There's no black dot here, so this can't be 1. So this is a 1. So there's no 1, 4 here. So it's 7, 9, 7, 9, which forces this to be 4. No 3 here. No 4 here. This can't be 4 either. No 4 here because of that 4. No 4 there. This has to be 8 or 9. This is 2 or 3. Can't be 4, so this has to be 2. This can't be 2. This is a Renban, so this is 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. This has to be 2 or 4, but the problem is they both see that one. And they're next to it. So this cannot be 4 because 4 can only be next to one unique digit on a German whisper line. So this is a 2. This cannot be 2 here. This can't be 2. This can't be a 5. So this is 7, 8, 9. So this is a 7, 8, 9 triplet. So box 5, there cannot be 7 or 8. Therefore, this is a 2, 3, 5 triplet, which means the rest of it cannot be 3 or 5. We have 6, 7, 8 here. So this cannot be 7 because the 7's there. This can't have a 5. So this is 2 or 3. The 6 can only be next to a 1 on German whisper line, so this can't be 6. This can't be 1. It cannot be 2. And it's low, so and it can't be 4, so it has to be 3. There is no 3 here. There's no 3 here. This has to be 8 or 9. This has to be an 8 because that's the only one that's 5 away. So this can't be 8. This has to be 1 through 4, so 1, 2, and 4 is here. 7, 8, and 9. So if this is, yeah, those are still okay. So this cannot be 6 because it's part of this this Renban line. So we know that can't be 6. Therefore, the 6 has to be here. Because this couldn't be 6, this couldn't be 6, this couldn't be 6, that couldn't be 6. So this cannot be. Oops. This cannot be 6. This is 7, 9, 7, 9. This has to be an 8, which means this can't be an 8 or 7 or 9. So this is a 2. This is a 3. And it's because of this 7, 9 pair. So there cannot be 6, 7, 8, 9 in row 5. This is 1, 4, 5. This has to be a 5. This is a 2. Again, because it can't be the 1, 2 ratio. There is no 8 here. There's no 5 here. There's no 2 here. So this cannot be 4. Okay, so yeah, that's why we did not fill it in, because all 9 of the digits have to be here. Because of that, this number sees all of these, does not see, or sees all of these, and this. The only ones it could be is 1, 7, or 6, 1, 5, 7, or 6, and the only possible one from that is 7. So this is 7, this is 9, this is 7. So again, there is no 7 in box 6 anymore. So this can't be, so this has to be a 7. This is a 5. This has to be 9. This is 7. This is 7. Because of all Sudoku. So this can't be 9, this can't be 2. The 7 is here. The only possibility on this Renban line is for 3 has to be here, because this can't be 3, and we see from these can't be 3, so this is 3. This is 5, 8, and 9. Cannot be 8 or 9, so this is 5. This is 8, 9, 8, 9, so that's an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in box 6, so that has to be a 6. The only place for 1 in box 6 is here. This has to be 4 then. This can't be 5. This is 8 or 9. And we have a 1, 4 here. No, we have 1, 5 here. So this is 1. This is 5. This has to be 4. There cannot be a 6 here. There cannot be a 4 here because of that 4. This is 1 or 2. This is on the Renban. It cannot contain 1, 3, 4, 6, 7. It could contain, it cannot contain a 5. This can't be 7, so this is a 9. This is a 7. So this could be 2, 5, 8, or 9, but the 2 can't be there, so therefore it's 8 can't be there, so this is 5 or 9. It goes to here. This can be 2, 7, 8, 9, so this is 7 or 9. This is 2, 7, 8, or 9. This must be 1, 4, and 6. Okay. This is 1, 3, and 9. But this can't be 3. This can be 9. So 1, 3, 9. Okay, then we have an 8, 9, 8, 9 pair in columns 8. So this cannot be 8. So this is a 6. This is an 8. This has to be 1 or 2. But this can't be 2. So this is a 1. This is a 2. This is a 9. This is a 5. This is a 7. This can't be 1. This can't be 2 or 7. So this is the only place for 2. So this is 2. We have 8 and 9, 8 and 9. This obviously can't be 9. One of these is 7. This is 8, 8 and 9. So this is 4, 5, and 6. So this is 4 or 6. This is 4, 5, or 6. There are no black dots again, so this can't be 4. This is 5. This is 4, which eliminates 4 here, which eliminates 5 here, no 4 here. This is 4, 6, 4, 6, so this is a 5. 2. Okay, so this is 8 and 9 with 3. So 3, 8, and 9. Okay. 2-to-1 ratios. So 1 is one of these. Okay, that's fine. This is 8 or 9. This can be 8 or 9. Okay, this can't be 8 because the 4 is here and there's no black dots, so this is 9. This is 8. This is 8. This can't be 8. This can no longer be 4 because there's no black dot there, so this is 6. This is a 4. This is a 6. This is a 7. This is a 6. This is a 1. This is a 3. 4, 1, and now we're just doing Sudoku. So this is a 3. This is a 9. This is a 7. This can't be 3. This is a 4, so this cannot be 8. This is a 9. This is an 8. This is a 9. This is an 8. And that's a solution. There was this part that was tricky, where it was the 4, 1, right? It had to be 4, 1 versus it could have been 4, 1, 2. I do think a lot of people basically just assumed it was a 1-6 and therefore thought that was easy. But if you look at all the different possibilities, this could have been 4-1-2. But because it's 4-2-1, but because there was no black dot, we could tell that it was not 4, 2, and 1 somewhere else. So it could have been 4 with 1 or 6 with 1. So that would have worked either way. But then we figured out it had to be 4-1. That was the tricky part. Everything else was pretty straightforward. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.